Hey guys, as you can see, I am in this video by myself today. Um, I'm making this video on Monday, and yesterday Steve made the decision to go back home. So I am going to make this last video. Probably am not going to make any after this because it feels a little strange without a buddy to make videos with. But for this last video, I'll just update you on how this last week has been. Steve and I continued to gather in the mornings and pray for you all. I made Easter baskets for our core community members, and I put together an Easter liturgy with the readings done from several of our community members, and then I wrote. I really just one day I just needed to write some of my thoughts and my feelings about Easter, and it turned into a sermon of sorts, and so that was included also in the sunrise thing that I made and sent to you all. I invite you to have a look at that. I've sent the links with this email as well, so you're welcome to look through that. It might be a good tool for any morning with the sunrise if you're interested. I was getting wrapped up in all of the projects for Easter, making all of the foods, and just getting all the things organized and prepared. Steve began to spend some time outside on the porch, just enjoying the sunshine. And I think one of the factors in him going home was seeing a lot of our neighbors who are not practicing social distancing, who live across the street from us, which is a building that Steve used to live in. So I think that was one factor, to just kind of see people living with a freedom that he doesn't have here. His month here was so good for both of us. It was fun. It kept us company. It was great to have a partner when there's so much scary stuff around. And I think that for Steve, his time here, all of the time that we spent walking together and working on practices for social distancing in a city, which is a very unique thing. I think all of those things really are tools that will stick with him for the months and year or so to come, as we all have to figure out how to navigate this world differently. So a 62-year-old man and a 38-year-old woman who both are used to being alone most of the day and living on their own, doing their own thing. I think we had a miraculous month of friendship and community, and I'm so grateful for the time that we had together. Something that has come up this weekend for me, as I was finishing all my preparations for Easter, it really kind of hit me that I haven't really paused since this all started to just rest, or even put in some practices other than praying with Steve. Put some practices in that would be rejuvenating and really some self-care. And instead, I have just been almost fueled in a degree by some anxiety to be relevant in a situation where I feel powerless. I think the biggest place of anxiety for me is coming from knowing that my neighbors at the nursing home just 3 doors down are suffering so much, and I don't know how to get in there. I don't know how to penetrate the darkness. Obviously, I'm praying every day that the Spirit of God will do that. But I'm used to hands-on participation in the way that God is doing that. So I think that kind of lack of knowing how to do that has fueled a lot of the activities that we've been doing, which are all really good, but more than is healthy for me, and more that is sustainable for me during this time. So I think Steve moving back home is helpful for me to have more margin for rest and reflection, and schoolwork. I still have that to do. So Easter. I have yet to tell you about Easter. Easter was absolutely incredible. As I found myself coming aware to the dynamics that were unhealthy inside of me, I knew Easter was an important thing to make sure that I followed through on, and I knew that when Easter was over, I could change the pace of my life. And so Easter was just a miraculous, beautiful, incredible event. Our board members were all there with their spouses, and then we had musicians who came and played incredible jazz music, gospel songs. We served over 40, close to 50 of our neighbors. We ran out of food within half an hour. Our hosts didn't even get to eat. We gave little goodie bags with a pair of Bombas socks. We were given a whole bunch of Bombas socks on Easter, and so we were able to incorporate those into our Easter gift. We gave $5 McDonald's cards to the first 25 guests who came in. One of the things that was really cool to see happen as we were serving Easter dinner was how people were navigating the social distancing that we had set up in our yard. And let me just say what a gift this yard is, to have so much space. It's just incredible. And to be able to navigate such a crazy event well and responsibly is really a gift. So we just had like a little maze for people to walk through as they waited their turn to be served. And our neighbors were so respectful. They were so honoring of our boundaries and our desire to keep them safe. It was truly wonderful. As each guest came up, I asked them, what they would like in their meal, and two guys back to back shared with me just spontaneously in that moment that they had just learned that a family member had passed away. So we live in Uptown on the north side of the city, and the cities that are most hard hit by this virus are communities of color that are on the south side of the city. And our neighbors, their family members live there. Our community members are connected to those communities by blood. And so while I feel like our community is doing relatively okay with this, families that have been in this city for generations are grieving, are aching all over the city. And as a person who, this isn't where my people are, this isn't where I'm from, that is a perspective that I think has even more layers to think about and wrestle with, and grieve, definitely grieve. So not everybody knows this about me, but I actually don't really like Easter very much. This Easter, however, I got really excited because we are not able to pretend like everything's okay. We really have to wrestle with living in a broken world and having a risen Christ. And I am so grateful to have been able to be active in our community this Easter. Usually I just cook dinner for our family, and that's our Easter. Like, we don't usually do anything for our neighborhood. So it was really special for me this year to be able to engage our neighbors and really share this day that means so much more than Christ has risen, but that Christ's restorative power is at work every day in our lives and in our communities, and we get to participate in the resurrection of God and of all things that is happening and that will come to completion one day. That is a hopeful mission and opportunity to be part of. And I'm just really grateful that you all continue to support us and allow us to be working in our community and loving our community and participating in the kingdom of God as it has been established and is flourishing right here in Uptown. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. If you want to reach out, please do. I'm continuing to try to reach out to all of you and make contact with you as the days and the weeks go on. So, love you.